in 1:07. And this is a sub 2:20 time we're looking at here for the women. Oh my goodness me.
Not what we wanted to see. Kanisa clearly got a problem. It happened to him in 2015. And what a huge disappointment this is. Just when it looked like he was starting to get back into contention, the pre-race favourite is not going to win here in Dubai. What a shame.
And he's not even going to finish by the looks of it, Trevor. So there's very much a Dubai curse on Kenenisa Bekele. Dropped out here at 30k 2 years ago, and he hasn't even got to 30k. Just past halfway, in fact.
It must be so frustrating. See him just holding that. Is it the left thigh or somewhere around that region? But I mean, the problem is if there is an issue, you don't want to do further damage. Not at the start of the season.
Indeed not. It's a huge disappointment. You know, when he announced relatively late in the day, a couple of weeks ago, he was going to be running here, the interest in the world of athletics was absolutely immense. But unfortunately, it looks as if Kenenisa Bekele is having to drop out of Dubai for the second time in 3 years.
Well, they have superb medical facilities here. They'll look after him very well, but for them also, despite the smiles, they were hoping to cheer this guy across the line in about an hour's time. And they won't be doing that. It is that right thigh.
Well, as soon as we find out what's wrong, we'll let you know, obviously. But well, like the still Ethiopians in contention, both the men's and women's races, so the crowd will certainly have something to cheer. But huge disappointment here in Dubai this morning, with Kenenisa Bekele, as you see him there, having to drop out of the Standard Chartered Dubai Marathon yet again.
I suppose that is one of the problems. As you get older, the injuries become more regular. But as I say, we'll bring you any details we get in terms of his medical issues. But this is the front, with the pacemaker leading from Lema, Tola and Wazihan in fourth at the moment, effectively third, obviously, because Caputo's not going to be on the podium. And they're well over halfway now in this 2017 Dubai Marathon. And it's a hard one to call, because Tamirat Tola looking pretty strong too.
Now these three guys look very good. We've lost Mekinen, incidentally. The guy who, when he heard that Bekele was running, asked if he could come and run again here. And when we see the gap to the chasing group, I think it will tell us whether these are going to be the three men on the podium.
Well, that's a surprise, isn't it, that Mekinen's been dropped? Because as soon as Bekele dropped out, you'd immediately kind of install Bekele as the favourite, but not the case, and the gap is significant, as you can see.
Yes, that's huge at this stage of the race, and the fact that you've got three guys following the pacemaker here, that's still a very good pace. And there is the unfortunate Kenenisa Bekele. Waiting for transport to bring him back to the finish area and to some medical help.
Not what they were expecting, although they have been spotted. As you say, he's still likely to get an Ethiopian winner in both the men's and women's races, but he's going to get a taxi, is he? I hope they're not going to let him charge him. Should give him a free ride, surely. So Lema, Tola and Wazihan in behind Kipruto, the pacemaker. Wazihan maybe just starting to feel it a little bit. It's dropped a couple of metres back.
And that can be decisive at this stage of the game. You know, it's very rare that a runner can get back from dropping off a leading group, especially when they're running at the pace that they are, which is still close to world record pace.
It's amazing how quickly it happens. A second ago he was right there. Now he's, you can see, 15, 20 metres behind and struggling in terms of staying with the front two, or three if you include the pacemaker.
And it may well be that that torrid early pace right up to halfway is now having an effect, certainly on all but Lemmer and Tola, who we hope can keep it together and give us a good contest right through to the end. Now, Tola, incidentally, we were mentioning earlier, was a bronze medalist in the Olympic 10,000 metres in Rio. He's one of the rare examples of a man who, like Bekele, was still running on the track, well, in his case, very, very recently. So I'd suggest if it does come down to an accelerated or what you might call a sprint finish at the end, he might have the upper hand, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, Lemmer obviously would know that. Try and give himself something of a gap. We're still waiting for a car of some description or an ambulance to take him back to the main medical area. Kenenisa Bekele.
Well, do you know they're still under world record pace?
Well, full marks to Kipruto. He's still going strong, the pacemaker up front. He lost his pacemaking partner some while ago.
And he will have been asked to go to at least 30k and just hang in there as long as he can.
You can see Wazihan there in the distance, falling further and further behind. And even with almost an hour's worth of running left, it's looking